Good afternoon, everyone, and today we're going to look at a website called the DIA, and DIA stands for Driving Instructors Association. Now, I'm not a driving instructor, but there was an article on this website that I think would interest a lot of Northern Ireland taxpayers. And the article in question, as we can see in the headline in front of the camera, Motability Scheme Under Fire, Concerns over Funding, Eligibility and Misuse. And to be perfectly honest, sad to say, it doesn't actually shock me, but I think there's a couple of very important items in this article that we need to touch on. And we'll just go down through the article and highlight them as we go. I shall also provide the link to the Driving Instructors Association website in the information box below the video, so you can click on it and read all this for yourself. We'll go on down. It says Motability was founded as a car leasing scheme in 1977 to provide a vital transport lifeline for disabled individuals. And when that was originally set up back in 1977, 48 years ago, it was for disabled individuals, people who used wheelchairs. However, recent reports indicate the scheme is sitting on a staggering £4 billion surplus cash reserves, raising serious questions over financial management and the extent to which taxpayers' money is being effectively utilised. Well, I have to be honest, that doesn't actually shock me, because a recent damning statistic came out that in Northern Ireland, 1 in 2, although I have heard it's just over 40% of new cars on Northern Ireland's roads are via Motability. That's disgraceful. As we can see, surging demand and financial reserves. And the statistics were taken from the BBC. It says the Motability scheme currently serves over 815,000 people, so that would be UK wide, a number that has risen by 170,000 in the past year. The surge in claimants has significantly increased Motability's turnover to 7 billion. Much of this stemming from government funded, i.e. taxpayer funded, disability benefits. I believe that would make Motability the UK's wealthiest charity by far. I don't know another charity within the UK that would have that kind of cash reserves or turnover. I mean, it may like to position itself as a charitable organisation, but really that has all the structures of a corporate entity. Of that, there's no doubt. The next one goes on to eligibility concerns and possible exploitation. One of the most contentious issues surrounding Motability is the eligibility criteria. Well, tell us about it living here in Northern Ireland. While intended for individuals with significant Motability impairments, the scheme is now accessible to claimants with a wide range of conditions, including mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression. Last year, 51% of claimants, there it's there, 51% of claimants citing depression were successful in receiving PIP, with thousands qualifying for a Motability vehicle. You couldn't make it up. I mean, mental health is a serious condition, but it doesn't really affect your disability, or it doesn't cause a disability. So why on earth should you get a Motability vehicle if you don't have a physical impairment? The revelation that claimants citing conditions such as ADHD, agoraphobia, the fear of outdoors, and even obesity have successfully secured a vehicle, has sparked concerns that the system may be overly generous or open to exploitation. Well, of course it is. I mean, that's something we know. Everybody knows a story about Motability vehicles being misused. I'm not going to read through all the item. I mean, like I say, I'll put the link on the information box below the video and you can read all this for yourself. Calls for reform and greater transparency. I mean, let's read this. Furthermore, Motability operations executive pay remains a contentious issue. CEO Andrew Miller received £750,000 last year, while Chief Financial Officer Matthew Hamilton James took home £691,000, despite previous National Audit Office criticisms of the scheme's lack of competition and executive bonus culture. I mean, it's just disgraceful, isn't it? Just disgraceful. I have actually read in other items that's actually more than that. That's the basic salary, and then there's a bonus culture on top. And you think of the pension too. And basically, Motability is propped up with our taxes. I mean, as I've often said, I mean, you know, this is not put into the public realm, really. And you have to go to sites such as the Driving Instructors Association to find it out. But as always, tell me what you think. Leave your comments, leave your stories, let me read them. And do you think Motability is a good scheme, or do you think it needs to be scrapped and something else put in its place? I think it's high time we scrapped it and put something else in its place, because this is just really taking the hand out of the Northern Ireland taxpayer. We're the most generous region in the UK for Motability, and none of the political class have anything to say about it in terms of reform or attempting to change the system. Quite clearly, it's no longer fit for purpose. Taxpayers' monies are just being used to prop up a corporate structure or a corporate entity under the guise of a charitable organisation. That's just not acceptable. As always, tell me what you think of this, and I'll see you all in the next video.